Welcome back to the Golden Thread. Today's episode is unlike anything I have shared before because it wasn't planned, it's certainly not polished, and it wasn't recorded under ideal conditions. It was captured in a moment of raw urgency during the exact hours when the Global Sumud Flotilla participants were taken hostage by Israeli occupation forces. At this moment, I was Australian spokesperson for the flotilla, moving between calls, media, and crisis updates in real time. In the middle of it all, I sat down with someone whose voice carries the weight of lived experience and the clarity of truth, Subhi Awad. Subhi is a Palestinian refugee and a close friend of the three Australians on board. When we spoke, he was holding the unbearable tension of waiting to hear if his friends were alive, safe, tortured, or disappeared, like so many Palestinians before them. You'll hear that tension. You'll hear the background noise and the disruption. You'll notice the audio quality isn't perfect because this wasn't a studio interview. This was a moment-to-moment record of history unfolding. It's a snapshot of time when every second mattered. I've chosen to release it exactly as it was recorded because the truth of the moment is so much more important than the production. What you will hear is a man speaking from his heart while holding immeasurable fear and still unshakable courage. Before we begin, I ask you to listen with your full self, to listen beyond the sound quality, to listen to the humanity, to listen to the grief and the strength. Listen to the love that Palestinians continue to hold for life, even in the face of unspeakable violence. This is my conversation with Subhi Awad. Hi, Subhi.
Hi, Talika.
Thanks so much for joining us this evening. So, Subhi, where are you joining us from this evening?
I'm joining you from Magangin, also known as Brisbane.
Thanks for beaming in. And you're a Palestinian man. You know three of the people that are currently being held hostage in Israel right now.
Yeah, I know them all personally. Surya and Juliet are very dear, close friends of mine, and Hamish is also a good friend of mine too. And yeah, they're really beautiful people. I can't stress how lovely, gorgeous, caring people they are.
I can attest to that too. Subhi, how did you feel when you heard that your friends were joining the Global Sumud Flotilla?
It's such a mixed feeling, isn't it? It's a mixed bag of feelings. It's like terrified for my friends, but also, they're doing something so important, so amazing, something that we all need to do. If we have the capacity, is stop a genocide, isn't it? So you love them, but you fear for them, and everything in between.
Did you actually see any of the live? I haven't spoken to you about this yet, so I'm curious to see. Were you on the live stream?
Yeah, absolutely. Watching as much as I possibly could, just biting my nails. Just so worried for them. But keeping in mind that this is happening to Palestinians all the time, yes. Putting that back into Palestine, we're dealing with a genocide. And our friends are doing whatever they can to try and stop that and help the people there.
Indeed. And I think that's so important for people to understand, because the thing I've been hearing a lot is, my goodness, why would anyone do anything so risky? And I think that's just it, that at this stage of 2 years of genocide, that these everyday people, just like you and me, could not stand for moments longer to see one more child being
decimated by the state of Israel. Mums, dads, brothers, healthcare workers, journalists being targeted every minute of every hour of every day. And so they were willing to take their bodies to the front line to try and feed people who are being starved literally to death.
Absolutely, absolutely, and it's the words of Surya always ring out on this one. If you saw a child next door to where you lived that was put in a cage and starved and tortured and hurt and in pain, everybody would just get up, go to the next door house and get them out of there, right? That's just a human thing.
Sure.
But we're seeing 1 million children right now. And if that happens to 1 million children, some humans in this world will try and help them. And that's just normal people trying to do their best under this intense genocide, modern day Holocaust.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. Indeed. I think it's a very natural human response to the most unnatural thing I've certainly ever seen with my eyes. It's a very natural response to want to care and help our fellow human beings. But I just want to touch on some information that we've just become aware of today. We've had more information come in from Surya's team from DFAT, and it is my understanding that Surya has been physically harmed and had his shoulder dislocated by the occupation forces. So at this point, any right of dignity of legal support, consular support, food, water, bathroom, medication is being withheld. Please talk to me. How does this land with you as Surya's mate?
I'm devastated. I'm absolutely devastated. They have been torturing our comrades. Okay, that is exactly what's happening right now. They're denying them sleep for 3 days, just beating them, dislocating their shoulders, denying crucial medicine to Juliet.
Yes,
she needs that medicine. She needs that medicine. And these people are just showing the whole world a tiny fraction of what they're doing to Palestinians every single day.
Indeed.
Every single day. 40% of Palestinian men have been taken by the occupation, abused, tortured, raped, everything else. So we are seeing, they are showing the world what happens when Israel gets hold of you. And it's absolutely disgusting. It's inhumane. They are being abused, tortured. And where is our government? Where are you?
Well, that's the question. It's a wall of silence. I mean, we've seen Senator Faroukian today. David Shoebridge has made a very strong statement. The Greens are speaking out, but our elected officials, our Prime Minister, our Foreign Minister, it's a wall of silence. What's going on?
Can you imagine if Russia or China had taken Australian humanitarian workers and tortured them? And denied them crucial medicine and kept them awake for 3 days and dislocated their shoulders and humiliated them and denied the toilet, and this is torture of Australian humanitarians. What are you doing, Albanese? What are you doing, Wong? What are you doing? This is absolutely disgusting.
I will just touch on also that food has been denied, water has been denied. We know that our friends have been zip-tied and made to kneel on the ground in a stressed position that we see every day. We see photos of Palestinian men with their arms bound, with zip ties behind their backs. We see them blindfolded and on their knees. Can you talk to me about why they do this, please, Subhi?
They want to break people, which is why they're denying sleep. They want to hurt your mind, your body, your soul. They just want to try and break you, and that's what they've been doing to Palestinians for decades. And they just think it's normal and it's okay. And it's horrific. It's absolutely horrific what they do to prisoners that they take. You know, the stories of the surgeons in Gaza just being completely broken when they get out, you know, mass rape and torture and everything else inhumane. And our comrades are going through that now as well, Australian citizens. And this really goes to show the world what happens when Israel gets you, when you like try and stop a genocide, when you work against apartheid. This is absolutely horrific. It's absolutely a crime, and people should go to The Hague for this.
I have to absolutely agree with you. Look, Surya, if anyone's seen Surya's photos, Surya is a brown man with dark complexion, and we have to understand that we're dealing with a regime that is racist at its very core. And so my understanding is that people that look Palestinian are often targeted far more fiercely than, I mean, Greta Thunberg was out within a moment, which is fabulous. I'm very happy for her. But we see a contrast here that is such extreme racism. And I think the masks have fallen. We are now getting a very clear insight to what happens to Palestinians every single day under this violent and illegal occupation.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's so racist. It's the most racist place. If you're a Palestinian person, a brown person, even a black, you know, black Jewish people were having to protest at their own treatment. You know, like Israeli leaders were calling them the enemy within just because of their skin color, and they're Jewish, right?
Yes.
Like this is the most racist place, right? 85 or 6% of Israelis that the whole of Gaza should be ethnically cleansed. That means 86% of Israelis are total supremacists, and within that, a number like 65 think that Palestinians are Amalek, and 90% of those think that all Amalek should be completely destroyed. That means 60% of the Israeli population is totally genocidal. Okay? We're talking about a really sick society that is committing a genocide right now.
It's obscene. It's obscene. And, you know, while all eyes were on the flotilla, it was one of the most horrific days in Gaza. I just want to touch on our friend Juliette Lamont. Juliette has a health condition for which she must take medicine for every day. And the occupation forces are withholding medication from Juliette. I have her DFAT report with me on my screen now, and I understand that she was given access to a doctor. Her blood pressure was through the roof, and they gave her one tablet. And since that time, she's had no more medicine. And at the time of the consular support being with Juliette, she was disoriented, confused, extremely dehydrated, and at genuine risk of having a stroke and dying. What do you say to this, Subhi?
It's the pattern of denial of care, isn't it? This has been going on for a long time, and they're literally showing people that what they're doing to Palestinians every single day. Every single day they're doing this, and this could mean that Juliette dies. It's absolutely critical that she gets this medicine. She could die without this medicine, especially without water and food and being denied sleep and everything else on top of that.
Mhm.
Like, this is really dangerous. They could kill her, and they could psychologically damage our friends by denying sleep for long periods of time. That's how you damage people's minds permanently. I'm really, really worried, really worried about them. This is absolutely horrific treatment of humanitarian people trying to help people in a genocide.
Indeed, Surya McEwen was treated much more roughly and forcefully once he arrived to the Ashdod port. This is where his arm was dislocated. His head was then slammed into the concrete surface. He was placed in a large cage with 80 other people for many hours while the genocidal maniac Ben Gvir visited and tormented them and humiliated them and filmed propaganda. No food or water was offered throughout the day. I have an understanding through DFAT that there is one tap and the water is contaminated.
Yeah, that's our understanding. They're absolutely not getting what they need. The water that they were given smelt awful. I don't know if it's poisoned, if it's drugged, or if it's just really dirty, disgusting water. But what they were given was not drinking water.
Mm-hmm.
And very small amounts from my understanding. Like, they're not being fed, they're not being given proper water, they're super dehydrated. It's absolute abuse and psychological torture and physical torture is what's going on right now.
As we're talking through this, I am shocked, and at the same time, it's occurring to me that it is just war crime after war crime after crime against humanity, red line after red line, international waters, a civilian humanitarian mission carrying food and aid, peaceful, unarmed civilians in international waters en route on a mission that is perfectly legal under international law. And these breaches of maritime law, international law, humanitarian law are just stacking up and stacking up to the point where if people weren't being harmed and slaughtered and killed, it would be ridiculous. So, I mean, at what point is it going to take an Australian to be killed? I bet then we've seen that. We've seen Zombie Francom, I'm so sorry, killed. And there's still no justice. What's it going to take, Subhi?
It's going to take us, all of us together, to rise up, isn't it? We need to rise up and drag these politicians kicking and screaming to do the right thing. Okay, this coming 12th of this month, next Sunday, we are going to see the largest rallies all over this continent that I believe that we've seen. We're gonna come out in force in numbers that are scary to them. And on top of that, we have to take direct action. We have to follow places like Italy. Love you, Italian people that are doing that, like Spain, like Ireland. We need to rise up before international human rights becomes meaningless. When any genocide can happen anywhere, where there's nothing any tyrant can do. And when we don't protect others, we're next. Don't think it can't happen to us, right? Like, we need to make sure we are all the same people. If one of us is oppressed, we're all oppressed, and there's no liberation until everyone is liberated.
Word. Be like Italy. We've seen some incredible scenes since the illegal interception and the mass hijacking at sea of all the participants of the Global Sumud Flotilla. We've seen all across the world just incredible scenes of people rising up against these just incredible fascist, horrible governments that are not listening to their people, that are complicit in genocide, that value money and power over human life.
Absolutely. This force that is corrupting our democracies, making our politicians knowingly support genocide and send weapons to it and diplomatic cover and attack anti-genocide protesters. Like we need to do something, because I tell you, it won't stop at Palestine. Like you are next. Your rights are next. This fascism is coming here. It's not just going to stay in the States. Right? Like we get everything that they get, right? Eventually, we need to stand up, and this is the red line. Genocide is the red line. If genocide does, and torturing Australian humanitarian workers doesn't cross your red line, you don't have one. Like this is the lowest moral bar, and everyone's line should be crossed.
Agreed. It makes me think about the absolute brute force we've seen from Victorian police, New South Wales police, deliberately targeting people speaking out against genocide. And when you say fascism's coming, I feel like we're already just in this process. The powers that the police are taking to silence dissent is truly disturbing at this moment.
Absolutely, and I want to give a shout out to my sister from Decolonize, who just said there that the genocide is here, there, and it's going around the world, and it won't stop. We need to make it stop.
Absolutely, absolutely. Subhi, what would be your message for Penny Wong and Anthony Albanese at this time?
Do it now, or I'll see you in The Hague.
Thank you, brother.
Sanction Israel right now, or you should be in The Hague. You are enabling a genocide. And under international law, there is no difference between enabling a genocide and committing a genocide. There is no difference under international law. Right? Like, if you are enabling a genocide, you are part of the genocide. You are helping the genocide. You are the genocide. And you need to sanction Israel right now, or we'll see you at The Hague.
Absolutely. Absolutely. No more arms, no more funds, no more diplomatic cover for a genocidal state.
Absolutely. This is not normal. You cannot normalize sending weapons to a genocide. Whatever way you want to spin it, however nice your suit looks, however much the newspapers agree with you, you cannot normalize genocide enabling, and we will not accept that. Right? Our friends are being tortured right now by a genocidal state. And what I want to do is people who are trying to bring food, right? Like this is genocide enabling action, Albo and Wong. There's no other way to put that.
It's an upside down reality that we find ourselves in when it's the people trying to stop a genocide that are being punished.
Yeah. And fascism, that's part of it, right? Like that's what's coming. And hey, how much do you like a genocidal state interfering in your democracy, right? How much? You might not care about Palestine, right? A lot of people don't even know where it is, right? Don't know what's going on, don't understand. But how much do you like your democracy being corrupted, by the forces behind Gillian Segal and all the others, right? How do you like your democracy being destroyed by a genocidal state? Are we going to act, people? Come on, like this is the moral line. Like it's crossed everyone's moral line. Let's go get this. Let's do this. Let's make this happen right now.
Yeah.
Before any more people are tortured.
Yeah, absolutely. I know that I am not okay with my tax dollars being used to blow up babies and mothers and families in Gaza while we have a genocide, although it looks differently right here in Australia. And we have people sleeping rough, and we have so many issues that really need attention right here on home turf, yet these billions and billions of dollars are being sent to Israel and to the war machine. It's like, what is this?
Yeah. The answer to Palestine, the answer to the environment, the answer to everything is decolonize. First Nations justice, decolonize this place, and then you'll see policies change on everything. Everything. That's the basis for justice in this continent. And we need this democracy that we're supposed to have decolonized, away from American imperialism, away from Israeli genocide. We need decolonizing right here, and we need justice right here, and that's how we start, and that's how we make justice everywhere.
Thank you so much, Subhi, for sharing a bit of time with us this evening. Call to action, people, get in touch with your community group, get to a rally, get on the phone, get on the emails. Do not give your MPs a moment's peace while there are 6 Australians being tortured and having their basic human rights. That it's time to act now. If you've been on the fence, this is the time. It's time to act. Take to the streets, pick up the phone, flood the email. Thank you, Subhi.
Thank you, sister. And I just want to say that we are thinking of you, Syria, and Juliet and Hamish, and we won't stop until you're out. We love you so much.
Thank you so much. And we also have Bianca, Abu Bakr, and Cameron Tribe. We will not rest until you are all home safe. Thank you.
Thank you.
What you've heard isn't an isolated story. It's a glimpse into a much larger reality. The crew aboard the Global Sumud Flotilla were kidnapped by the Israeli occupation forces from international waters. They were tortured, beaten, and sexually assaulted. They were denied life-saving medication, water, food, and denied representation. For many listening, that is shocking, but it reflects what Palestinians are subjected to every single day. Right now, more than 9,500 Palestinian hostages are being held in Israeli prisons, hundreds of them just children. They are detained arbitrarily, tried in military courts with no jury and no legal representation. Some are in prison for something as minor as throwing stones or sharing a post on social media. And now, with the implementation of a barbaric death penalty by Israel, only for Palestinian Muslims and Christians, not for Jews, the danger escalates even further. When an apartheid system already labels an entire people as terrorists, what follows is the justification of the most extreme punishment. It means those taken arbitrarily, kids, teenagers, and civilians, can now be funneled through a system designed to convict and face the ultimate sentence without any due process, without protection. And at the same time, humanitarian lifelines are being systematically cut off. More than 37 aid organisations have now been banned or blocked from operating in Gaza. Organisations that provide food, medical care, shelter, and basic survival support. As the genocide continues, those who we spoke about on this podcast are actually preparing to sail again with the next Global Sumud Flotilla to challenge Israel's illegal and barbaric siege on Gaza. Since the last flotilla, the violence has expanded well beyond Gaza into Lebanon and Iran. Right now, more than 6 million people are currently displaced as a result of Israel's genocidal campaign. And all of this continues with impunity and with the backing of the Australian government. The Global Sumud Flotilla is preparing to sail once more, bigger, stronger, and more determined than ever. So please, stand with them, support them, and get behind them. Until next time.